support players. Let's talk about it. Just don't fucking do it. No, I'm just kidding. So let's get into it. All right, guys. So this is a widely debated topic. In the last 2 open betas, support players were seen as a detriment to a team, and there's a lot of reason for that, right? So if you're focusing mostly on support, what you're doing is you're pulling an entire person away from the front line, and when that happens, it makes it a lot easier for the enemy to push through and exploit that gap. But with how the game has condensed a little bit on the maps, I think that there is a proper way to utilize one single support player per team, and I'm going to break it down here for you guys on how to do that, right? So when it comes to being a support player in Broken Arrow now, there's a couple of things that you need to focus on, right? So your dues, right? You want to build a balanced support deck. You want to proactively reinforce your teammates. You want to use recon for deep scouting. You want to prioritize high-value enemy targets. You want to keep logistics and repairs flowing. You want to communicate and coordinate. And you want to request/confirm laser designations. So let's get into the first part, which is building your versatile support deck. So with the building aspect of it, you want to make sure you combine your artillery, your anti-air, your logistics, and your recon units, and ensure that they're all top tier, good shit to use against the enemy, right? And if it's not good top tier, then just a fuck ton of it. You want to make sure that you're customizing wisely. Don't use throwaway units, and try not to throw your units away. If you are playing support player, like, or if you have that support player mentality, chances are, like, no disrespect, but it's probably because you're scared to lose units and to get yelled at by your teammates for having a low KD or whatever it is. But don't worry about that. We're going to talk about how to be a support player and, like, make a good positive contribution to your team, right? So phase 1, what should you do as a support player? So phase 1, the biggest thing that you need to do, or actually even let's back it up a little bit. Before phase 1, when you get into that match, let your teammates know that you're going to be playing as a support player, supporting whatever they're doing, okay? So the number one thing that you should be doing off the rip is sending in recon into the back lines. Okay, so now your teammates are aware and that they have to spread out their units a little bit more to create that line more effectively, so that they're not getting flanked too hard from one side. But with that being said, you want to put that recon deep into the enemy backlines, and you want to see the priorities, right? Priority number 1 should be looking at the enemy MSRs. So like their main supply routes, where the vehicles are coming in, where the helicopters are coming in, the planes are coming in. So you have that the eyes up constantly for your teammates, so they see what's going on at all times. Make sure you keep those guys on return fire, so they're not shooting at the enemy that's coming in. Okay. Once that first priority is set, the next priority you want to do is looking for the enemy support areas where they want to set up their anti-air, where they want to set up their artillery pieces and all that kind of stuff, and keep those high stealth, high optic recon units in those areas generally to constantly scout and see that. Do not use those units to engage. You will be way more deadly just having those eyes on and using fires or air support, or having your enemy or having your teammates go in and get those kills, right? Or be able to react to those incoming units faster, right? And then thirdly would be like the frontline recon support. If you're noticing when your teammates is lacking on recon, go and support them with recon. Give them a little recon on the front so that they're able to see what they're engaging. Those are your big 3 for recon in phase 1 that you should be doing no matter what. Just because you're playing support doesn't mean that you don't have anything on the front line. Recon should be out there scouting and looking at everything. Next thing you should be doing is QRF. Now, QRF can be very vague, and I'm going to keep it kind of vague for you, right? So, traditionally, when people think of QRF, they think of like Rangers getting in helicopters, going to the front line, saving fucking SEALs or whatever. It doesn't have to be like that. Not for Broken Arrow. It could be dropping high priority fucking fires on targets that need to pop up or drop immediately. Constantly giving logistics support to your teammates that are lacking in logistics, or suppressing the enemy threats. You know, make the enemy have a hard time fighting your friendly forces. Okay. Now, with that being said, also try and keep like a token force somewhere that you can use to go in and support your friendly units if they start coming into a lot of contact, a lot of fire, and start dying, right? Your thing, like if you're playing as support, what you're doing is you're looking at the entire map and you're looking at your teammates and you're trying to analyze what your teammates are lacking, and then you go and support them. So me, LDE, right? I am famous for my lack of use of AA. So if you are a support player on my team, what you should be doing is you see me with my 100 million infantry units on the field and go, huh, I think he needs some fucking AA because he's about to get bombed to shit. So you'll bring over a piece of AA to come support me on my side, right? This is like one little example. The next thing is to make sure that you use your microphone or your text chat. Type, text, or just speak. Let everybody know what you're doing, how you're supporting, keep them in the loop with what's going on the battlefield. And then by doing that, it keeps them in the loop and maybe can help them do like their plan of action. Like maybe they wanted to do a little assault forward to grab a point, and because you told them that you were going to bomb XYZ units, now they have the opportunity to push forward and do that that attack or that assault, whatever it is. As a support player as well, you'll probably be using a lot of artillery. Artillery comes with laser-guided munitions. Most of them bring that. And then with your deep recon, use your lasers at all times, just lasing targets. Just keep lays. The enemy cannot see your laser, so just use your lays on the enemy at all times. And then when you're going to engage targets, it's going to increase the TTK because the damage, isn't so spread out. It's more impacted. Biggest thing for the support player is to maintain your situational awareness. You are not playing on the front line watching your own one little lane. You are watching every single lane. So make sure you're watching every single lane and supporting every single lane in whatever way they need that kind of help. So constantly monitor your battlefield. You don't want to adapt and protect. So shift your support assets as needed and keep them protected using terrain and positioning, right? So protect your units, make sure they don't die, because then, kind of defeats the purpose, right? And then I also wrote down, don't overextend, but also make sure that you keep up with the flow of the push. So say an armored teammate is pushing forward and you notice he doesn't have any shore rad, or his shore rad died as he pushed forward. Push your shore rad up to go support him. You should be using helicopters a lot to ferry those pieces from left to right to support those assets, if possible. Obviously, some of the assets can't be helicopter lifted, so keep that in mind with the with your support. With that being said, logistics is critical. So make sure you keep an eye on your enemy, on your team's supply situation. Deploy your cargo vehicles and logistics vehicles to those units. So if you see like an armored player is lacking in supplies, go over there, drop supplies off, let them know, hey man, this shit's for you, take it, all of it, take all of it. I'm here for you. If you need more, I'll come back later. If you're noticing an infantry player, he's going up and he needs frontline little tiny supply points, go up, give him those tiny little supply points, but don't fuck him by giving him like a huge one that turns into a little cab 1500. Little 2500 is usually pretty good for supply points for infantry on the front. You want to establish big ass supply points, and then you want to establish big ass anti-air. So make sure you're just looking at the entire battlefield and scanning the entire battlefield. You do not have a lane, so I cannot emphasize that enough. Since you do not have a lane, your lane is all 4 lanes. Keep the recon up on all lanes. Keep the supply up on all lanes. Keep the anti-air up on all lanes. So, and that kind of goes into my common mistakes to avoid, which is tunnel visioning. Do not fixate on just one aspect, like only air defense or only artillery or only air support. You want to be versatile with everything out there. defending your friendly units so that they have the ability to not use points for those XYZ units that you gave them, and then they can use them for more powerful, like, pushing elements. Neglecting recon is a huge one. Without good scouting, your fires will be less effective, and you're going to be guessing, and you're going to be missing opportunities to disrupt the enemy proactively. Passive play is a huge one for support players. Do not play passively. Support is not a passive role. You need to be proactive in every single thing that you're doing. You need to watch your teammates, see how they're playing, and then think about what they're going to do and what they're going to need, and then you go and give them what they need so that when they're pushing, it is more fluid for them. And then again, overextending. Do not push anything too far. Your support vehicles aren't going to do great in combat, so don't just throw away units for no reason. So just again, real quick, do's and don'ts. Build a flexible, balanced support deck. Provide QRF and reinforce teammates. Use recon for deep scouting. Prioritize high-value targets. Maintain supply and repair lines. Communicate and coordinate. Utilize lasers. Don'ts. Don't focus solely on artillery or air. Don't ignore the frontline needs. Don't neglect intelligence gathering. Don't waste fires on low-impact targets. Don't let teammates run dry or unrepaired. And don't operate in isolation. You are with the entire team. I hope this guys help. The fuck was I just saying? That does not make sense. I hope this helps you guys play support better. I know a lot of you are really, really looking forward to playing support. So hopefully this little guide here is what you're looking for. If you have any more additions or subtractions or anything like that, just drop in the comments, man. All right, so just to recap, big thing here is a great support player in Broken Arrow is proactive, adaptable, and always communicating. You're not just providing firepower, you're the force multiplier that enables your team to win. So make sure you use your mic, coordinate your laser guided strikes, keep your team supplied, and always be ready to adapt to the battlefield's needs. And then we're going to push on over to the Patreon shoutouts. Thank you guys so much for everything. I love you guys so much, and I will see you on the next one. And for our Patreon shoutouts, we got Something, who once convinced a constellation to rearrange itself into a shape of her favorite emoji. Big props to Agor, who can calculate the speed of falling leaves in real time using only a harmonica and a hula hoop. Applause for Fern, who once hosted a poetry slam for inanimate objects. The Stapler's haiku won first place. Major respect to JTT Risky, who can navigate a maze by listening to the echoes of his own thoughts. Cheers to Lefty, who once taught a flock of seagulls to perform synchronized swimming routines in midair. Standing ovation for Maverick, who can fold a paper airplane that delivers motivational messages to its pilot. Big ups to Rickson037, who once translated the hum of a fridge into a best-selling novel. Critics called it refrigerator noir. Kudos to Rich, who can predict the next viral meme by analyzing the way toast lands on the floor. Salute to Scar, who once convinced a thunderstorm to do stand-up comedy. Lightning was the opening act. Props to Sniggle Penny, who once persuaded a parade of rubber ducks to form a conga line across the international dayline. Shout out to Jack463 Killer, who could turn any argument into a peaceful negotiation by juggling rubber chickens. High five to Merc Mood, who once taught a group of clouds to play chess only using raindrops as pieces.